Get out of your head space. Get out of your head space entirely. If you're trying to push or pull the vision from up here, get out of that head space. Get into your heart center. Connect first through your heart center. See if you can feel the Spirit through your heart center. Now what this is going to mean is communication. So interestingly, when we look at the heart center, the anahata chakra in Sanskrit, the term anahata breaks down to, it doesn't mean heart center, it means unstruck chord. This is the temple of the unstruck chord. What is an unstruck chord? This is music that's not heard. A sound that makes no sound, but it still is penetrating you. So, the connection that I'm talking about with the heart center is, first, just become aware of the Spirit. And maybe even ask it questions, but not with your mind and with thoughts. What does that question feel like? As soon as you can feel it, the Spirit that you're connected with will feel it. And it will respond in kind. Meaning that it will begin to transmit its feeling to you. Now, once you've got a really good connection, and it's beyond emotionally. What we're doing in the heart center is beyond just having an emotional connection or attachment to the Spirit, but it is a true openness of the being. An openness of the self. What you are doing there in a very astral way is you have taken your heart center and you've turned it into gateways that you have then opened. And now you're letting a pure connection come through. Now once you're familiar with that, once you can really feel that, then you can get back up into the head, start translating what the Spirit is giving you, start focusing more intently. But that's one thing. I'm going to put that in. I'm not saying that you're doing it wrong. I'm just giving you that little tidbit of a way to advance it is definitely drop out of the head into the heart. And another thing that happens when you do that is that you stop wanting it. And this is where you do start, I feel, tapping into the willing of it. The willing of a thing is not wanting it to happen. It is a knowing that it is already happening. Acting, thinking, feeling as if what you're willing is already happening. Moving towards it with all of your effort in every realm and every dimension. And if you're still wanting it, then you're not willing it. And the willing, again, you have to drop out of your head into your heart center. To reconnect this as well a little bit, Robert Monroe of the Monroe Institute, he's revealed many of his teachings publicly. Many of the things that they do in the Monroe Institute, you can go through specifically. I'm going to say, if you guys really want to go on a dive, anybody that wants to go on a deep dive on this, go check out Art Bell's interviews with Robert Monroe. And I believe George Noory did a couple that were really good as well. And so, because Robert just lays it out, like, here's the things that we study in this order. If you're listening carefully, you can actually gather all of the lessons that they're giving in the Monroe Institute from his interviews. But one of the first ones is, not the first one, one of the main teachings is, whenever you're trying to manifest anything, and he doesn't say this, but I'm going to say this, is whether it's trying to manifest, one of the things they'll do in their class is they'll have a flower that is that's completely enclosed in the bud. You know how it hasn't bloomed yet, and then holding it in your hand, you give it the energy of life and make it blossom in your hand. So whether you're doing that, another thing that they'll do is they'll go to casinos, and they actually have it worked out with casinos that they're like, hey, we're going to come in here and we're going to push the tables with our minds. So you're going to see us winning a little bit extra. Some casinos don't let them do that. Other casinos think it's a great thing. Hey, Having somebody who comes in and wins, they have a limit that they've established of what they can actually take out before the casino starts getting mad. But anyway, so they go to the casinos and they'll all visualize the numbers or the colors that they're looking for, the class of them, and push it. But here's the big thing with all of it, whether it's gambling, whether you're trying to manifest a win through gambling or through business or in any way at all, or manifest a spirit before you. You've got to get out of your head. If you're trying to push it from here, it's not going to necessarily do what you want it to do. Drop into the heart center instead and open up from there. Now, with my, this is interesting, with my third eye manifestation meditations, notice something interesting. In those, I'll have you pay attention to your third eye, but that's not where the power I have you generate is coming from. I actually have you go deeper into your solar plexus or into your root chakra and pull from there. Get out of your head. What are you doing if you're dropping? So dropping into your heart center, that is a massive connectedness that you're going to be able to experience through that. And specifically, I suggest connecting through your heart center with spirits. Another understanding of the heart center is that this is the home of Ishta Devata. Ishta Devata is the goddess that is within each of us. And you only connect with her through going to that silent realm in the heart center. And so through this, your Ishta Devata, this is your own personal deity that exists there within your heart center. And once you've connected with it is going to help you connect with all other spirits, all other deities. And so kind of doubling on that mythology is to bring your attention to your heart center and connect from there. Now, what happens when you drop it even lower into your solar plexus? And that's where you're coming from. What you're doing there is you're engaging a lot of your fiery emotions. Your solar plexus is a fire center. And so you're engaging your fiery emotions, your fiery energies, your deep desires. So if you're bringing a spirit forth that is a fiery spirit, or that you've got that you have a deep that you're calling them to fulfill a deep desire, again, just shift. All you're doing is shifting your attention from being up here, projecting yourself from up here. Drop it so you understand and feel that your energy projection is coming from your stomach, from your solar plexus. Now with that, here's one way that this can manifest is as you're giving any of the invocations or mantras or any words or commands or anything that you're speaking, as you're speaking, feel it funneling up from your solar plexus. If you're visualizing in your mind in your third eye, but don't restrict it to your head space. Let it come from your solar plexus, or even deeper. What happens when you connect all of this process with your root chakra? At that point, you're engaging something deeper than just desire. This is my fundamental need. And so if I ever need to generate finances and prosperity, that's where I'm going to pull my energy from my root chakra up to my third eye, because I'm engaging a very primal need. I don't usually if I'm doing money magic, it's not because I necessarily need to buy a new car or a new mansion. It's because I kind of see things getting down to the wire, and oh no, I've got a tax bill that's coming up, or I've got some things I've got to take care of, and so engage that primal need by getting to your root chakra. That was just kind of the first thing I was prompted to say with the manifestation, whether it's a spirit or manifesting wealth. Make sure you're coming at it from the right place. If you're just thinking about it and trying to project it from your mind, you're not going to get there. You're only going to get halfway there. Connect it lower and deeper into your being. And what are we doing when we're doing this? When we're connecting with the energy streams and the chakras and the various energy centers, we're engaging a serpentine power. This is what I want to talk to you guys about today, is the serpent power. Exploring Nagaloka. Nagaloka. The Naga, reptilian entities that emerged here and were some of our very first teachers.